put the consumer's needs above yours. So we're going to do what's best for their family versus your commission.
eXp will sell your home. eXp, watch us explode.
Every year I see the posts, the packed ballrooms, the standing ovations, the agents crying happy tears, or at least I hope they're happy, about their businesses about to change. And every year I thought, is this real or is this just really good marketing?
So I thought the same thing before my first one, and then I went.
So today we're pulling back the curtain on eXpcon 2026, what it actually is, what first timers need to know, and why we think non-EXP agents might actually get the most out of it.
Plus, we're giving away 2 Explorer passes to agents who want to experience it for themselves. So more on that in a few minutes.
And I am attending for the first time in October in Salt Lake City. Now, Stacy, you've been twice, so I have some questions, and I'm hoping you're going to be honest about them.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to it.
Welcome to Hoosier Homes and Hustles. I'm Jessica Williams.
And I'm Stacy Preston. We're both real estate brokers with eXp Realty in Central Indiana. And if you're passionate about real estate, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button to join the hustle.
And today we're talking about eXpcon 2026, what to expect, how to make the most of it as a first timer, and why we genuinely think agents outside of EXP should be paying attention to this one.
And we have a giveaway happening in this episode, so be sure to stick around.
All right, Stacy, before we get into the tips, I would like to set the stage for people who have never heard of eXpcon. So what it is and what does it actually feel like to be there?
So eXpcon is one of our many events that eXp puts on for the entire company. And I think the scale of the event is what's shocking because as a real estate agent, you work in your own little world here and for us in Indianapolis. But to go and see the fact that eXp has 82,000 agents across the nation and the globe, and those events invite a global audience, and it's just amazing. I think it's just the scale of it, and then all of the education, training, networking, parties. It's just a really great time to see what eXp is all about.
So what would you say surprised you the most the first year you went?
I would say, again, just honestly, the availability of our executive team. So we see them on Instagram and YouTube all the time, and they almost have like celebrity status. But to see them in our events, like talking with agents and finding out what agents need, that actually really surprised me. So I think they look at these events as a chance to really get to know what agents need and how they can support us. And being a company with 80,000+ agents, I think that's surprising.
Okay, well, you didn't hit on the scale of the event. So if folks are kind of maybe feeling overwhelmed, especially if this is their first time, if they're attending again for the first time and only have, it's a few days, how would they make the most of that experience?
So I have a few pro tips I want to share with you that just kind of reflecting on the 2 times that I've been, how to make the most of the experience and how to get the most out of that conference registration fee you're paying, right? So let's go through some of these. So my first tip is divide and conquer. And I think this is the best tip because the first year I went, I actually did go with another agent and we were looking at all the sessions that were available to us, and the way it's laid out, and we haven't got the schedule for 2026 yet, but I'm assuming it'll be similar, is that we have general sessions that everybody attends, and then in the afternoon they have breakouts. And each time slot, there's maybe like 10 to 15 different breakouts you can go to, but those are only offered one time. So it's not like they're offered multiple days or multiple times. And so you look at the schedule and you want to go to all of these breakouts and you can only be at one, right? So if you have a friend you're attending with or a group of people, you can each attend different sessions to get the most content. And a lot of the sessions do offer like free downloads, free ebooks, free resources. So the more people that can attend those and share, the better, and the more you're going to get out of that.
So we really have to choose wisely.
Yeah. And I will say, try to find someone that's going that can partner with you.
So, since we'll be going together and probably splitting this up, what kind of sessions do we split up? Like, how do we decide which ones to go to?
Well, I guess it just depends what we really want to learn the most about, right? And also, like, maybe there's a speaker we just really want to see. I will say sometimes there's certain speakers that theirs fill up really early. So you also want to get there early to get a seat because sometimes they close the doors once they fill up for fire code reasons.
Makes sense.
So yeah, but I guess
Are
just
we
looking at the schedule and figuring out what applies most to your business because there's a lot of topics that may not apply, like how to manage a giant team. I'm not doing that. I'm a solo agent. So there's different topics that, might apply to your business or might not.
are we going to have to enact some sort of rule that if we both really want to go to the same one, we're going to have to flip a quarter, heads or tails?
Yeah, that's funny. Arm wrestle.
That might be more entertaining, actually.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. What other tips do you have?
So I think the second one is just meeting the people behind EXP. We are a virtual brokerage, and I think maybe a misconception out there about EXP is that we have no support, and that's actually not the case. We have a ton of support. They just aren't in an office right next to us. So the EXP staff is all at eXpcon. So this includes your leadership, our CEO, COO, all of the executives are there and they're available. They're walking the floor of the expo hall. They're meeting people. They're in our sessions, not just the general sessions, but the other ones. So meet them. They're happy to talk to you. The other division that I was really excited to put a face with the names was our Revenos division. And that's the division that gives us referrals through like relocation and some of those different opportunities for us to get leads. They're real people and they assign the leads. So if you're able to meet them and put a face with your name, let them know, hey, I'm from Indianapolis. I answer my phone. If you have a referral, that can really help you in getting more leads. EXP University is there, so you can see what classes are coming up. They usually announce new stuff at the event. And then one of the things that I really was able to take a lot away from was our vendors and technology partners are there. So last year we had just implemented Canva Pro, and they had a huge area on the expo floor with like workspaces where you could pull out your laptop and pull up your Canva. And if there was something you were struggling with, they could get in there and get it all set up and make sure your listings are feeding into that. And so it's actually really hands-on, especially for people that may struggle with all the technology we have to offer. We have 3 CRMs you can use. They were all there, but actually getting some hands-on support was really nice. So I think just take advantage of meeting those people that you're interacting with behind a screen day to day and let them know who you are.
Love it. Especially the hands-on piece. That's so important for sure. Especially from a technology standpoint. Having
Right.
that is very advantageous.
Yeah.
All right. So what's something an agent would learn at EXP that they probably wouldn't learn from social media?
I think it's honestly one of the biggest things is just the technology we have available to us. I think our own agents don't even realize that until they go to an event like this.
Right.
So again, all the
We
vendors being there.
went to an event last night, Stacy, and one of the folks didn't know about one of the resources EXP offered us.
Yeah, right. And it was a big one. So I think just all of the things we have as agents as part of this large company is you're going to find more out about it at that event. All right. So my next tip is I know we're all excited about the sessions we're going to attend and we're going to try to hit as many as we can, but I think you also need to have a goal of like, I'm going to meet 10 new people and make it intentional. So it's so easy, especially if you and I go together to just us hang out, right? But it's really important to branch out and start meeting agents from across the country and being intentional with that, not just a quick introduction, but following up with them after the event. One thing that was surprising to me the first time I went is that a lot of agents actually bring swag or handouts or something that they can give. Like these are just some examples, but an agent gave me a payday candy bar with her logo on it. It's like, hey, I'll pay you a referral fee. I'm in Florida. It's something you actually take away. I'm not saying you have to do that, but I printed a kind of bigger than business card handout last year, just with what my specialties are in real estate, where I live, where I work, to hand out. In addition to getting obviously their digital contact card, it's really important to have something that might help someone remember who you are because you are meeting a lot of people. But I feel like that's one of those really valuable things is just meeting people all over the country. And if there's certain hot spots that you refer to, I mean, I feel like in Indiana, we refer a lot to Florida, people that want a beach house. That's probably our number one place, right? So maybe meeting an agent in Panama City and in the Sarasota area, just some of those hotspot areas that people tend to go to from here. So that, again, is probably the most valuable part of the
So take
conference.
something with me that will make me memorable. Got it.
Yes. Yep. So my last tip is probably my favorite is leaving with an implementation plan. You are going to be so overwhelmed, Jessica, of all the new ideas you have, all the people you've talked to, and all these agents that are doing more than you in their business that you want to do too. But it's impossible to implement everything, right? So what I've done in the past is either like at night in my hotel room or on the plane before I get home, because once you get home, then you've been gone a few days, you're busy, you're catching up, and you're never going to do anything. I sit down and I look at my notes and what I really want to take away. And I pick like 2 or 3 things. And I actually just start plugging tasks into my to-do list of how I'm going to implement that. So reach out to this technology vendor, sign up for this account, like whatever it is to make sure that I'm taking the next step to actually do it. Because I feel like you can leave with so many great ideas and do absolutely nothing. And that's probably what most people do, don't you think? It's just like,
and I would say for me, that is exactly where I would want to, that is me. I would want to do everything. So really just making an actionable plan to implement at least the top 2 to 3 things, I think will be pivotal to just do that. Because if I don't do anything, then it was a waste.
absolutely. But if you can do 1 or 2, then it was worth it. If you do that 1 or 2 thing really well, I think if you try to do it all, you're not going to do any of it well, and you're going to be burnt out. So pick the 1 or 2 things you want to do and write down your list of how you're going to implement it before you get home. And then all your buyers are calling you to see houses because you've been gone for 2 days and you just forget. So be sure to actually do something with the information you get.
Well, those have been some great tips that I'm definitely going to be utilizing when we go in October. So let's talk directly to agents listening who are thinking, this sounds interesting, but I'm not with EXP. Is this even for me?
So honestly, I think this might be the best audience for it. Even EXP agents that are really new, I think it's a great time to come and just kind of see what all EXP has to offer. But if you're curious, come see it firsthand instead of forming an opinion of a big brokerage, right? We hear the opinions of like, you don't have support, you don't have resources. We actually do. If you're skeptical, come and ask questions, meet people, and evaluate it for yourself. If you're growing, then you'll meet agents from different markets that are maybe a little bit ahead of you, and you can talk with them and learn maybe what they're doing that you can do. And then if you're feeling stuck, I feel like it's a great time to get outside of your normal environment and just create some momentum from the energy at that event.
Or if you're just wanting a trip to Salt Lake City and you want to be able to write the trip off for an business expense.
Absolutely. A lot of people do that. There's some great things out in Utah as well. I think you're going to do some fun stuff while you're out there, right?
Well, we'll see. And because we believe the best way to understand EXP is to experience it firsthand, we're giving away these 2 Explorer passes to eXpcon that Stacy just mentioned.
Wow!
Yes. So each pass includes the full conference registration, which is about $8.99 value. You would have to pay your own travel, lodging, and other like food expenses, but this would include getting you into the conference.
Yes. And again, think about that write-off as a business expense. Oh, we're looking for non-EXP agents who are curious about EXP, focused on growth, and want to learn alongside agents from across the country.
Yep. And here's how it works. Reach out to us. We can schedule a quick coffee chat or virtual meeting. You don't have to be from Indianapolis. You can be anywhere in the US, actually anywhere globally. And tell us about your business, what challenges you're working through, and why attending eXpcon would be valuable for you. And then we'll choose 2 agents to join us in Salt Lake City.
All the details will be in the show notes, and we would genuinely love to meet you there. All right. So some rapid fire about eXpcon. One thing you wish you knew before your first eXpcon, Stacy.
Wear comfortable shoes.
Oh, that's so good. All right.
Yes.
Best networking tip.
Bring something with you with your contact info to hand out when you meet people.
One session you absolutely cannot miss.
The general sessions, because they usually drop huge company-wide announcements there.
And the biggest opportunity for someone attending?
Building your referral network across the country and the globe. All right, Jessica, that's a wrap on today's episode of Hoosier Homes and Hustles. Did you feel like you got some tips for your first eXpcon?
Definitely. Comfortable shoes, and take something with me that will make me memorable.
That's right. Let's hustle smarter
together.